All right, guys. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready to go? Tell me where you're joining me from. Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Liberia, South Africa. Where? Where are you joining me from? So just quickly type in the chat box so that I would see and we would interact from there. Okay, I have Jonas joining from Nairobi, Kenya. Jonas joining from Nairobi, Kenya. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Who else? Who else? Who else can hear me? Kindly tell me where you're joining me from this evening. I need to know so that we can interact. Welcome, Franklin. Welcome. Okay, we have another person from Kenya. We have another person from Kenya. Wow, amazing. Okay, so who else do we have? Lex, Osas, Nikki, Franklin. Okay, where are you joining me from? I would like to know. I would love to know so that we can interact, and get the class started. Just get to know a bit of each other as we look towards getting started, coding in Python this Sunday evening. Okay, we have Lex from Ghana. We have Osas from Abuja. We have Osas from Abuja. Right, all right. Thank you very much, guys, for joining. I mean, it's very, very amazing to meet amazing people from all over the world and also share ideas together, to learn and get better, grow in our chosen field or career, as the case may be. Okay. Now, one question I want to ask again before I move forward, and I would love to get responses from everybody. One very important and vital question. How many of you are ready to go this evening? Okay, we have Indiana from Nigeria. How many of you are ready? How many of you are ready? How many of you are fired up like me? Because I'm super, super fired up. I'm ready to take the class. I hope that you are as ready as I am. So if you're ready, just quickly give me a thumbs up somewhere. Give me a thumbs up so that I'm sure that we are together. So that I'm sure that we're together. Great. You are ready to go. You're ready. You're super fired up. Now, good, 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 good. I love this. I love this already. Okay, thank you very much. I love the energy. I love the energy. And we are going to ensure that we keep this energy till the end. Trust me. I mean, trust me. It is not going to be boring for 1 second. Trust me, it is not going to be boring for 1 second. You are going to enjoy every bit of this session and you're going to learn a lot. I bet you're going to learn a whole lot. You're going to learn a whole lot. So finally, before I go straight into my slides and then we kickstart, I want to ask how many of you have any form of experience with Python or you've heard of Python? Just write in the comment section. Let me see what you're typing in the comment section. I know I've heard of Python. I have done something in Python before now. I used to code in Python. I am a beginner. This is my first time hearing of Python. Just quickly type in the comment section. I need to see, and know the people that we have in class today. I need to know from everybody. So please quickly type in the comment section, type in the comment section, your experience. Okay, someone says, I only know hello world. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so I used to be like that too. I used to be like that. We are together here. We are together. Okay, Osa says a little experience but stopped due to the complicated syntax. Wow. Wow, wow. Okay, stopped due to the complicated syntax. We will see how complicated it is. We will see if it is complicated. If it is easy, we will also see. Today is going to be a very good day. I can tell already. Okay, so we need more responses. Then I go straight into my slide. More responses, experience with Python, no idea at all. Okay, perfect. No idea at all. That's why we are here. Okay, that's why we are here, for people like us, including me myself. We are all here together to do this together. Someone says, okay, Lex says, I have heard of Python, but yet to use it. No problems. We are here together. Today is the day where we will experience everything all together. All right? Today is just that day. So the good thing is you are here. Okay, Diana Abbasi says a little experience. Perfect. The good thing is that you are here. The better thing is that you are going to concentrate. And the best thing is that you are going to kickstart a career path today. Okay, the good thing is that you have taken your time to join. The better part is that you have the team ready, you have the facilitator ready and fired up. And the best part is that you are going to be making a life-changing experience today. You're going to be making a life-changing experience and a life-changing decision, today. Why? Because from your experience that you're going to gain now, okay, it is going to definitely take you into the next 3 months, into the next 1 year, and probably a lifetime of opportunities. That is the good thing about being in this session today. So you want to take the next 30 seconds, if you are on the VTS group, to type on the group and tell people, hey, the data science session has started. Come along. Why? Because today is the day where everything changes. The person that says he has started using Python, but because of the complicated syntax, he had to drop out. Today is the day where it changes. The same people, to some people who do not have any idea at all, today is the day where it changes. So if you have people around that you think needs to be in this session, it is very, 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 very important that you drag them here now. Because once this train moves, we don't know when we will have another Python session for beginners. Tomorrow might be too late. Next week might be too late. So ensure that as many as possible are here. So I'll be going straight into my slide. Okay, I'll be going straight into my slide so that we can properly get the session started. I hope that you are ready as much as I am. You can feel my energy already. I hope that you are ready as much as I am. I hope that you are ready as much as I am. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Write your first line of code in Python. No experience. This is not a myth. This is not a magical statement. This is not a statement of someone that is, trying to drag people, into a webinar. No, this is a statement of intent, a statement of purpose, a statement that says, come, even if you know nothing, today is the day where you will start the journey. So you are writing your first line of code, and you're not just writing one line. Hello. You are not just writing one line today. You are writing multiple lines. Why? Because from today, your interest builds, okay? Your interest builds and everything kicks off from here. I can guarantee that. And I am not just talking, and you're probably going to be asking, who is this guy that is, this confident about what he's talking about? How is he so sure that we would even achieve writing the first line of code, let alone talk about writing, different codes in Python? Now, but before I continue to answer that question, you would want to fill in the attendance form that is placed in the group, all right? On the group chat, there is an attendance form right there. There is an attendance form right there. You would want to fill that form so that you can get a copy of my slide, all right, for this webinar, and also a copy of this video that would explicitly explain everything that you need to know, all right, as far as being a beginner in Python programming language is concerned. So you will do well to fill the form. My colleagues and other members of my team will be also in the chat section, dropping in the attendance link where you can fill in the attendance form so that we can reach back out to you to forward the slides and as well as the video for this session. So please ensure to do that. Now, I stopped at saying, why am I so confident? Why is this young man just on my phone, I'm in this webinar, so confident that I am going to write Python today, a programming language that I have never seen, that I have never heard of, or that I have never used, or like in the case of someone, I have used it, but the syntaxes seem to be complex, so I had to drop off. All right, why is this young man so sure that today is going to be a game changer? Guess what? It is because you have the best team available, all right, to do this, to lead you in the path. You have the best team. You have Navient Analytics, not even one of the best at the moment. And I can tell you for sure. And when you listen to me, you will hear exactly why I say categorically that we are the best. All right. Why is Navient existing? Why do we exist? In simple terms, so that we don't go reading everything we have in the slide. In simple terms, is to ensure that you have premium services, premium tech education services that will kickstart your career in tech. There are a lot of persons, there are a lot of people, and I can tell you categorically, because I am also one of them. I used to be in that category, who struggled to get into tech. I struggled. As a matter of fact, I am teaching data science today, but I can tell you categorically that I started with web design. And it was not the best career path for me in tech, as far as tech is concerned. It was not the best path for me. Why? I noticed that, I have certain traits about me that, going into web design will, in a way, alter those traits. First of all, I struggled with anything that has to do with computers in the beginning. But guess what? I studied computer science. So the question you are now going to ask is, how can you study computer science and you struggled with, computer programming languages and all of that? It's very simple. It's very simple. I repeat, I was never interested in anything that had to do with coding. I was never interested in anything that had to do with tech. All I wanted was to study mathematics. Yes, that was all that I wanted. I just wanted to study mathematics. All right, not computer science, not coding, not programming, nothing, none of that. It was none of my business. So even though I got the admission to study computer science, I was in class, but I was not there. Why? Because my interest was not there. Coming out of school, I already started doing something else entirely that was not related to computing or computer science or coding or tech. No idea, zero idea. My first time, all right, of trying out something related to tech was web design. So imagine someone that loved mathematics so much and statistics and all of that, and then you just wanted to go into tech, after a lot of struggle, and then you are going into web design. When there is data analysis, when there is data science, where you would use a lot of data, deal with a lot of numbers, a lot of formulas, as much as you would love, a lot of statistical tools, statistical analysis and all of that. Why did I go into the wrong path? First, there was no guidance. I didn't get that guidance. There was no mentorship. None of that was applicable in my situation. So I started out doing web design after spending lots of years in mathematics, despite the fact that I studied computer science. So in school, I would do tutorials, teach people mathematics, go to other departments, teach them math, statistics, and all of that. But come to my own department, computer science, I was just there. I was just a living body there. And then when I was now going to transition into tech, where did I go to? I went to web design. How can someone who has that love, that passion for mathematics, find himself in web design? There was no mentor. There was no place like Navient where I could go to say, come, this is the challenge I have. What do I do? How do I tackle this problem? But guess what? Guess what? That's why we are here. That's why Navient Analytics is here. We're also here to provide premium services to you, all right, to educate you, to mentor you, to hold you by the hand and walk you through the journey, all right, through the journey, your tech journey, and as much as it can be. Okay, so here I have with me, the great minds behind Navient Analytics. They are my mentors as well. I look up to them, and they are the ones who came together to form Navient Analytics. I have right here Lemuel, who is our CEO at Navient Analytics, and Mr. Mohammed, who is the COO at Navient Analytics. We have right there their background and all of that. Well, we will be going into that, but not to waste too much of our time. We want to just go straight into Python. I'm sure you're fired up and you're ready, for Python. But guess what? Like I said, I have the amazing team right behind me. So I'm not just talking for the sake of talking. I'm not just talking because I want to waste your time or waste your data, or I don't have anything else to do with my time. Rather, this is the best thing I can do with my time. Teaching, educating people, impacting knowledge. This is the best thing that I can do with my time. Okay, so let me go to the next slide. Right here, I was introducing myself, all right, and all of that. Of course, I've already given a background of how I got into the tech space and data analytics, data science as well. And guess what? Like I said, I was tutoring all through the time. So count, if you can, calculate the number of years I spent tutoring, both in the university and out of university tutoring. I mean, over a decade, till about 5 years ago, all right, I now found my way back into data analytics and data science. And here I am today, still doing the same thing that I've been doing, which is still tutoring. What does that teach you? It teaches you that no experience is lost. No experience is useless. All right, I have someone raising up their hand. So you quickly just type in the comment section. You quickly just type in the chat box so I can pick up your thoughts and then we can deal with it as we move on. All right, no experience is useless. Nothing you're doing now is useless. Whatever you're doing still builds you up for a later future. So I found tutoring as a thing, and now I found data analytics, which is one thing that I loved, all right, and data science, which all embodies the whole mathematics, which was my passion. And here I'm combining the two together, using it. So why am I here? Basically to do what I've spent the last 10 years doing: tutoring, sharing, and imparting knowledge. And I'm sure that you're going to have a swell time today. So we're going to quickly go into three major things. The first one, okay, this is about me. All right, so this is meant to be data scientist, pardon me. So I'll make the correction on that before sending the slides to you. Who is a data scientist? That you want to ask me that question. You say, sir, who is a data scientist? Anybody has an idea? Quickly type in the comment section. I need to know. Anybody has an idea who a data scientist is? Who a data scientist is? Anybody has an idea? Just quickly type. No matter what you feel, no matter what you think, it's okay to type everything. All right, it's okay to type whatever you think about it. Who do you think a data scientist is? Quickly, so that we can go straight into Python. We need you to be fast. Share your thoughts. Who do you think a data scientist is? Quickly. Anybody? We're waiting for you. We're waiting. Comment section. Anybody? Who do you think a data scientist is? Who is a data scientist? Who is a data scientist? Any idea? Anybody? We're waiting. Who is a data scientist? Who is a data scientist? Who is a data scientist? Anybody? Anybody? Can you see my screen, please? Okay, I've got one response. David says a data scientist is a person who deals with collection, analysis, and presentation of data. I love that. I love that. A data scientist is a person who deals with collection, analysis, and presentation of data. That's a very, very wonderful response. Okay, so before I move on, is there anyone who can see my screen? Anyone can see my screen? Just give a thumbs up so that I'm sure that we're together. If you can see my screen. Okay, I have another response here. It says, is someone that uses statistics to visualize data. Perfect response. Okay, good one. Someone that uses statistics to visualize data. Another response says, one that combines mathematical and statistical techniques to present raw data. One that combines mathematical and statistical techniques to present raw data. Okay, Fatoki Michael says a data scientist analyzes data, visualizes it, and build models. Build models. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. He says through programming languages like Python, we are learning today. Very, very perfect response. What is your job? Without speaking too much English, what is your job as a data scientist? It is to get data, all right? Analyze this data and present models. You will build models, all right? You will build models to explain what you have already analyzed. You would need to visualize the data. The role of a data scientist is very, very crucial, very, very vital. Okay, that Deborah raised the hand. Please kindly drop your thoughts in the comment section. Kindly drop your thoughts in the comment section. You would visualize data, you would analyze data, you would build models through programming languages. As a matter of fact, I like to tell people that a data scientist is how do I put it now? 100%, all right, scientist. As a matter of fact, if I'm going to reverse it, I would say a data analyst is a data scientist that is loading at 50%. A data analyst is a data scientist that is still loading at 50%. Why? Because there are certain things that a data scientist does that is also peculiar to a data analyst. All right, but the data analyst does not complete the whole process. The data analyst stops somewhere. How do I mean? When analyzing data, there are 4 types of analysis that are basically used. There's descriptive analysis, okay? There is predictive analysis. Are you with me? There is prescriptive analysis. Are you with me? Now the what's it called now? The descriptive analysis is where you gather data, of course, and then you have to analyze and describe. Basically, from the word descriptive, you have to describe the situation to the company or to the organization or to the client, as it were. But now, after describing, there is still something else that needs to be done. You're not just describing. Of course, after describing, you will still visualize. Of course, I agree with you. But after doing all of that, there is still something else that is necessary. What is that thing? Prescribing, all right? Prescriptive, like I said, and predictive. So now let me quickly explain the two of them. What is predictive analysis? Which is what differentiates or separates a data scientist from a data analyst. Predictive analysis basically is gathering historical data, all right, and predicting future trends. Gathering historical data. Now, let me just give us a simple example of predictive analysis. How many of you know that once you see that the cloud becomes dark, what is the next thing that comes to your mind? Kindly chat and drop it in the chat section. Once you see that the cloud is getting dark, what comes to your mind? Once you just see that the cloud is getting dark, tell me, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Okay, Osas says rainfall. Rainfall is the first thing that comes to your mind. Rainfall. Okay, someone says it's probably going to rain. It is probably going to rain. What are you doing saying it is probably going to rain? You are predicting a future occurrence, something that has not happened yet, but you are predicting that future occurrence. How do you know that when the cloud gets dark, it is a sign of rainfall? It is a decision that has, come to take place via repetitive history, things that has happened in the past. You have gathered that data, all right? Maybe last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, from the time you were growing up, you have probably gathered that once it's getting dark and it is still daytime, or once the wind starts blowing in a certain kind of way, what you should expect next is rainfall. That is prediction. That is predictive analysis. And guess what? If you have your clothes outside, what would you do? If you have your clothes outside, what will you do when you start experiencing the wind getting cold, the cloud getting dark, and you have your clothes or any valuable item outside your house? Tell me, please quickly drop it. Tell me what you will do. What would you do? You pack them in. Someone says you will pack them in, even if you have not seen the rainfall. You will pack them in. That is predictive analysis. From what I can see, based on historical data, based on events that have happened in the past, it is likely to rain. And the best thing to do is to do what? Pack my valuable items in. Now, okay, someone says run to pick them inside. That is it. What you have done in that instant is predictive analysis. Now, if you are now predicting such occurrence in an organization, that, okay, from this trend, all right, from the trend of things that we have seen in the past, this is what is likely to happen, all right, in the second half of the year, all right. Maybe our sales will skyrocket, or probably our sales will plummet. Why? What are you doing? You have predicted what will happen in the future based on past data that you have gathered. So predictive analysis is gathering historical data and using it to predict, all right, future trends. It could be future opportunities. It could be risk to the client, risk to the company, risk to the organization, as it were, depending on who you are presenting your analysis to. That is predictive analysis. The next thing that a data scientist does is called prescriptive analysis. What do you do in prescriptive analysis? Basically, what you do is prescribing or recommending a solution. Recommending a solution. What was the solution we prescribed for rainfall? Pack your clothes inside. Pack your valuables inside. That was the recommendation. Once you see that the cloud is getting thick and it is getting windy, it is a sign of rainfall. That is the prediction. Then the recommendation is now take your clothes inside. So it means after predicting, your analysis to the team, either to the stakeholder, to the organization, the next thing that a data scientist does is to do what? Is to prescribe a recommendation. All right, prescribe a recommendation. The next thing is, how can you become a data analyst? A data scientist. To do all of these things, to be able to predict trends, future opportunities, future risk for the organization, and to also be able to prescribe recommendations. What are the things that you need? It's not far-fetched. All right, they are not far-fetched. It is basically Python, all right, as a programming language. Python as a programming language. You need R, as the case may be. You need some data analytics library in Python. All right, things like pandas. All right, things like NumPy. Please, before I continue, ensure to fill in the form. Remember, it is not only important to be in this class, it is much more important to get the materials after this class, which is getting the slide, all right, and getting the video recording for this session, getting the slide and getting the video recording. So please ensure to fill the form so that we can reach out to you. You need, okay, to continue how to become a data scientist. You need machine learning libraries, all right? Things like scikit-learn, you need TensorFlow, you need PyTorch, all right? You also need databases. You need to have a knowledge of databases. And in databases, we're talking of SQL, either MySQL or SSMS or MongoDB or Postgres SQL, whatever knowledge of databases. Why? Because the historical data you are going to be getting will be stored somewhere. So if it is historical data, it means that it is data for a period of time. And the data for that period has been stored somewhere. That place where it has been stored is called a database. So you want to have an idea of databases to become a successful data scientist. So it is not just enough to have, you know, all the machine learning libraries, to have all the data visualization tools like Power BI, all right, like Tableau, okay, and so on, like Matplotlib or Seaborn or what have you. You also need to have an idea, all right, a good knowledge of database, okay? So let's move to the next slide, a special offer. We have a special offer for as many as will stay to the end of this session. If you will stay to the end of this session, there is a special offer for you, and it is only for those that will stay to the end of the session. So what are we doing today? Let's quickly move. What are we doing today? We're going to introduce Python. We're going to study data types, and then we're going to go into a code context. All right, we're going to go into a code context. I will challenge you to a code context. You code and I will also code. We pray and we hope that time will be on our side. All right, let's go straight to it. Okay, so if you're ready, this is the table of contents. Now, are you ready to get started? 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 Thumbs up everywhere. Give me a reaction. I need to be sure that you are ready. I need to be sure that you are ready. I need to be sure. So this is a snippet of what we're going to be doing. Let's go straight to class without further ado. Now, you would want to join me in this journey. You would want to go to your browser, whichever browser you make use of. I make use of Chrome. You'd want to open your Chrome browser now so that we can get started. Okay. Now, this is my Chrome browser. Okay. We are going to be making use of a tool for today's class that is called Google Colab. All right, Google Colab. So if you heard that clearly, kindly type it in the chat section. Google Colab. Google Colab. C-O-L-A-B. That is what we're going to be using. And you don't need too much, just internet, all right? And then we go straight. So I'm going to show you, and we're going to do it together. So on your browser, all right, right there on your browser, just type Google what? Colab. Just type Google Colab like that and hit the enter button. Type Google Colab on your browser and hit the enter button. Type Google Colab on your browser and hit the enter button, all right, or the search button, which is this, if you can see where my mouse is, which is that, all right? You either press the enter button or you click on this search button. It will take you here. Once you get here, the first thing you're going to see where my mouse is. So if you can see where my mouse is, All right, kindly just give me a reaction so I'm sure that we are together and we are following. So I'm sure that we are together and we are following. Okay, great. Osas is following. More reactions, so we're sure that we're together. Great, Lex is with me. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I click on this. Great, Michael, Franklin, perfect. I click on that first option and it brings me here. I click on the first option and it brings me here. Then the next thing you want to do, is what? Click on new notebook. Okay, you want to click on new notebook. You want to click on new notebook. Okay, that's that. I'm clicking on new notebook. Okay, we wait for it to load for a bit. We wait for it to load. Okay, here we are. This is the Google Colab environment. So if you can see my screen, so that I'm sure that we are together, kindly give me a reaction. I need to be sure that we are together. Perfect. I can see someone's thumbs up from the video. Good job, good job. Okay, so this is the Google Colab environment. This is the Google Colab environment, and this is where we are starting from. Wow, amazing. Amazing, 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 amazing. So this is what I want us to do, just so you can remember, all right? You can remember this session later. You want to go to this part where you have Untitled 2. You want to come here, all right, and rename. You can see I've removed Untitled. At the top left corner, I have removed Untitled. So I want to name it First Python Code. That's my own name. So you can name it whatever you choose and then you press enter. First Python Code, and then you press enter. The way it is right here on my screen at the top left corner. First Python Code, and then you press what? Enter. So you have named this book. This is a book. All right, this is a what? A book. So you have named it what? First Python Code. Now let's introduce Python to those that do not know. Python is a programming language. Yes, we know. Some of us already know. All right, some don't. But Python is a programming language. Some of the ideas that we have, the notions that we have about Python is that it is complex. But I am here to present to you today and to tell you live and direct that Python is as good as speaking English language. It is, in fact, Python is a beginner's programming language. If you go and check, just type it, some of the properties of Python programming language. One of the things that you will see is that it is a beginner's language. The problem is the presentation, all right, of the language. But if you can hear me, the way I'm speaking this, my English, even though it is not very straightforward, the way my English is going, that is just the exact same way Python programming is. The exact same way Python programming is. It is a language, the same way you speak, normal English, the same way English language has verbs, the same way English language has verbs, action words, okay? Python programming also has verbs. Let us give ourselves an example. An example of this is now where I will welcome you into Python programming. Okay, and once you successfully write this first code, trust me, I am no longer calling you a beginner. You are now a professional Python programmer. Why? Because you are speaking the same language that Python understands. What is that first thing? Follow me as I type. You click on this first part. All right. You want to click here, which is where we're going to be writing our codes. You want to click there and just type your first ever code. I'm so excited. It feels like a baby that is going to take his or her first step. I'm just so excited. So before we write the code, if you're excited, give me another thumbs up. Give me another thumbs up. Let me be sure that we are together and we're excited, to take this step. I mean, I'm going to be writing Python programming. Wow. So I'm excited and I have butterflies in my belly already. Okay. Calm down, calm down, calm down. All right, so let's go. What are we writing? So on your laptop, I just now want you to press or type the word print with a space. Print with a space. Open a bracket. Open a bracket. Now, give me quotation marks. Give me what? Quotation marks. And then type in anything of your choice. Anything of your choice in the quotation mark. Let me say, welcome to Python programming. If you have done this, if you have done this, if you have done this. Oh, someone says something about the screen. Let me quickly see. He says, I can't see the screen. The screen is not sharing. Okay, so I want to believe it is a network glitch. So kindly end the meeting and join again. If others can see my screen, I want to get a reaction if you can see my screen. I want to get a reaction if you can see my screen, a thumbs up, a hi, all right? Or clearly, you can just type clearly if you can see my screen. So for Mr. Darko, please just end the meeting and join again. I'm sure it must have been a network issue. Okay, Peter says I'm lost. Please, I'll quickly go back. There's no hassle. Don't worry. You know how a baby walks. You stand up, all right? You stand up and you fall. You stand up and you fall. Let me zoom. Is it clearer now?
Yes.
Is it clearer now? Is it clearer now? If you can see it clearly now, just give me a reaction. I believe it should be big enough now for everyone. Good. So let's go back. Perfect. We want to write our first Python code. Like I said, Python is just like speaking English language to this computer. This is a computer I'm holding. The computer cannot dictate for me. I can speak to this computer in a language that it will understand, using this same English language that I'm speaking. Okay, using this same English language. What do we want to do here? We want to use our first verb. Our first verb is what? Print. Just like we have verbs in English language: stand, sit, go, come. All right, those are verbs. This is the first command in Python that is also a verb: print. Open a bracket. Okay, you want to click on the shift key and the bracket symbol on your keyboard. Okay, you want to click on the shift key and the bracket symbol on your keyboard. Please, are you following? In there, right there, give me a quotation mark, either single or double quotes. So let's start with single quotes. Are you following the steps? The first step is to type print. The second step is to give me the brackets, okay? The third step is to give me the quotation mark inside the bracket. Once you achieve this, type anything of your choice. I will type welcome to Python programming. Once I have done this, once you have successfully typed this, just come to this button here. If you can see this play button, right here, you want to click on this play button so that it will give you a response. It is loading. Our response is loading. Please tell me what you can see. Type it in the comment section. Type it. What can you see? What can you see? What can you see? Type it in the comment section. What can you see? What can you see from this simple example that we have done? What can you see from the comment section? Please, I need response. Let's quickly go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. From the comments, please. What can you see? If you have done it, just type in the comment section the same thing that you can see on your computer system. The same thing that you can see on your computer system. Okay, Osas says, welcome to Python programming. Enoch says, name error. Okay, Enoch, did you follow the steps? Did you follow the steps? Start with print, okay? Open the brackets, all right? Put in the quotation mark and type, welcome to Python programming. All right, I can see two people raising up their hands. Kindly type in the comments your thoughts. Type in the comments so that we can reach out. Okay, good. Mary says, welcome to Python programming. That's what you are going to see. That's what you're going to see. Let's quickly do another example. Now, so there are two ways to get the second line in our notebook. So you would agree with me that this, our notebook, is like having your traditional notes. Everything comes in different lines. It's either you want to write a code or you want to write a text. Okay? So you want to click on code. I'm going to tell you the shorter way, all right, to get it done. Now, you want to type in your name this time around. You want to type in your name. Who can tell me the first thing that we're, oh, perfect. Someone said what they typed was hello, Africa. Perfect. Welcome to being a professional Python programmer. Welcome to being a professional Python programmer. Okay, so let's quickly go again. Let's imagine that you want to type your name. You want to type your name. What is the first thing we are going to do? What's the first instruction we are giving to the computer? What's the first verb we are typing into the computer if I want to type my name? Who can tell us? What is the first thing you're giving to the computer to type in my name? To type in my name. What is the first thing you are giving to the computer? What's the first verb? What is the first command? What is the first instruction? Print. Good. Print. Print. I can see print going everywhere. Simple. So you can see that it's as simple as speaking the same language. Let's go again. Print. And then what follows? Our bracket follows. And then we have our quotation mark. Okay, let's not use single quotation, just so you know that you can accept every and both single and double quotation. Okay, use the double quotation, which is shift. You click on the shift key on your keyboard and the quotation mark. Click on the shift key on your keyboard and the quotation mark. Now, my name is Dafe Samuel. Please follow me. This language we are speaking is not difficult. Just ensure you are following me. My name is Dafe Samuel. So I just want to go ahead and type my name is Dafe Samuel. So you want to also do the same thing with your name and tell us what you get at the end of the day. So I'm typing my name is Dafe Samuel. Now, once you type this, please just hold on. At the end of this, the short form, okay, the short form to get in, instead of probably going back to the play sign, which is this, going back to this play sign, what you can just easily do is click on two things on your keyboard. Click on two things on your keyboard, which is the shift key and enter key. You can see that it is faster. You can see that our response this time around is faster than when we used the play keyboard. Good. Someone says My response is, my name is great. Is it difficult? I want to hear responses. I want to get ready. Is it difficult? Is it difficult? No. Let us do something else. You now want to probably print your age. Or maybe, okay, let's say we are in 2024. You want to print 2024. Some people don't like people knowing their age, all right? Some people believe that age is just a number, but whichever way, let's say you are printing 2024. What do we do again? Go to our next notebook, which is Shift and Enter, Shift key and Enter key. Okay, Shift key and Enter key. You want to print in 2024. So we're going again. Print, all right, in bracket 2024. Are you with me? Print 2024. Now, if you do this, two things are likely to happen. Two things are likely to happen. You will get the response, okay? But what we need is, do you think, in your own words, in your own mind, do you think we will keep using print everything for everything we want to do in Python? In your thoughts, do you think everything that Python entails is just print this, print that? Okay, someone said maybe. Someone said maybe. Okay, maybe. All right, let's see what happens next. You want to now learn something new. You know how that when you are learning a language, you learn from one stage to another. Mind you, something that I forgot to mention, which I want to quickly mention, and I will do that at the top. Please follow me to the top again, right here. What I want to mention here is a command or a key that we'll be using that is very, very important. Remember that I said when we click on Shift and Enter key, it takes you to the next line of book. All right, the next line in your book. But if I still want to maintain this same line in my book, all I need to use is just Enter key. Just Enter key. Hello. Just Enter key alone will take me, to still retain that same line. But once I click Shift and Enter, it takes me to a new line entirely. That is one. That is one thing I wanted to mention. The second thing I wanted to mention is that to make your program, all right, to make your code readable, to make your code understandable by anybody, there is something that is recommended for every code. Something is recommended for every line of code, no matter what, even if it is one line. That thing is called a comment. It's called what? A comment. It means that you just say things, all right, to describe or explain what you are doing. How do you get a comment in Python? It is by using the hash symbol. Let me take a deep breath so that it will sink into your mind. By using the hash symbol. So let us quickly test something. Let us now say first code to first code in Python. Let's use that. First code in Python. Okay, using the print command. First code in Python using the print command. Now, you know what to do. There are two options from here. The first option is to click on this play button, right? And the second option is to click on Shift Enter. Now, the question I want to ask before we do that or take that step is, what do you think will happen? Do you think the computer will give this as an output where I have my comment, first code in Python using the print command? Do you think the computer will give this as an output? Do you think the computer will give this as an output, just as welcome to Python programming is an output? Yes or no? Quickly give me your thoughts, okay? Someone said no. Okay, we have lots of no's already. Let us test it and see so that everyone will know. Actually, the answer is what? No. No. Why? This is a comment. It is not a command. Print is a command. Print welcome to Python programming. That is a command. This is a comment so that anybody reading, even if he is not a programmer, will see that, okay, what they did in this line is, okay, this is the first code they typed. Okay, and this is Python. What they used is called the print command. So the person can now say, oh, all right, so it means that this print we are seeing here is actually a command. It is not just an ordinary statement. It is actually a command. So once you have this hash symbol in your code, the computer does not respond to it. It is not for the computer to respond to. Rather, it is for readability, so that people can see your code and they can read and understand what you did in that code. Is it clear? If it is clear, give me a thumbs up. If it is clear, give me a thumbs up. If it is clear to you, give me a thumbs up. If it is clear to you, if you can hear me clearly, give me a thumbs up. Good, perfect, perfect. I can see the thumbs up going. Perfect, perfect. So it means that today, if you leave this session like this, number one, you have learned that Python is a beginner's language. You have learned that Python, responds to English language the same way we speak English language. Number three, you have learned the difference between a command and a comment in Python programming. You know that print, for example, is a command. All right, it's telling the computer to do something. And you know that once you see this hash symbol, what you are giving the computer is just a comment. And the purpose of having a comment is so that people can see your code and they can read it and understand. We have learned 4 things today. The 5th thing that we are going to learn is that what we have here enclosed in both these single quotes and these double quotes, they are called strings. They are called what? Strings. So let me quickly type that in a text. So you can see what I did. I clicked on text and then it opened me to this part. What do I want to type? Very simple. Any character. Any character, either number, okay, or letters. Either numbers or letters, any characters at all, enclosed in single or double quotation marks. Okay, what is my single or double quotation mark? This is my single quotation mark, right? And this is my double quotation marks, right? Any character enclosed in what? A single or double quotation marks is called a string. Simple. Any character, any what? Character. It can be a number, it can be a letter, it can be a symbol, okay? It can be a symbol, it can be anything. So long as it is in between single or double quotes, like this single quote or like this double quotes, that character is called a string. So it means that we can print 2024 as a string too. We can say print what? 2024. If I do this, is this called a string? Yes or no? Is this called a string or a number? Yes or no? I want to know. What do you think this is called? A string or a number? I want to know. Print 2024 this way, the way you can see it now. Is it a string or a number? Okay, Osas says it is a string. It is a string. Any other response? Okay, Maris says it is a string. Perfect. Aminat says it is a string. Simple as ABC. Anything. Let me give us another test. Let's go. Let's go. If we say print, 2,000, okay, dollars. What will you call this? A number, money, or a string? Do you think it is a number? Do you think it is an amount of money? Do you think it is a string? What will you call this? Let me know. Okay, someone has given his response already. Okay, someone says still a string. Please let it be at the back of your mind. Remember, that is the 5th thing you are learning today in Python. Anything. I will repeat it. Anything. I will still say it one more time. Anything that is enclosed in single quotes or double quotes is called a string. So let us print it out. What do we have? We have the same thing. We have the same thing in our print statement when we printed it. Now, the next question. Okay, so let me just, let's see. The next question that you want to ask me is it only string that we have in Python? No, it is not only string, sir. It is not only string, man. There is what is called a number data type. Okay, but before we go into number data type, I want to teach us a simple concept. I want to teach us a simple concept. Do you believe or do you agree with me? And I want you to answer me. Do you agree with me that if we keep writing everything in string like this, our code will become complex and it won't be easy for people to understand? Do you agree with me? If we keep doing prints in string, the next thing we want to write again, print in another string, the next thing we want to write, print in another string, our code is going to become too complex because the comma, the quotation mark, single quotes, double quotes will be too much. Will be too much. They will be too much. So you don't want to do that. Now, I want to teach you another way to simplify your code. I've already taught you what? I have taught you how to use comments to make your code readable. I'm going to teach you another thing now. This concept I want to teach you is called variables. It is called what? Variables. I wish I can hear you, but not to worry. All right? Not to worry. Just internalize these things. They are simple concepts. They are simple things. So it is called variables. Now, before I introduce you to the concept of variables, what you want to do for me is to make sure that you have signed the attendance. If you are just coming, scroll up to the, to the upper part of the comment. There is an attendance link. Why are you filling the attendance? It is so that we can reach out to you later to send you the codes for this class and to also send you my PowerPoint slides. And you would also be getting this video recording. Those 3 things. You'll be getting the code for the class. You'll be getting my PowerPoint slide. You would also be getting this video recording. So please do not miss out on signing on the register. Please do not miss out on signing in the register. Else, 50% of your efforts will probably be wasted because you will not have anything to go back to. You need the code. you need the PowerPoint slide that explains these concepts, and you need the video. So we'll be reaching out to you, sending or sharing this very, very vital information. So let's quickly go back to what we were discussing. We were discussing variables. So let's use comments to say what we want to discuss now is called variables. What is variable? What is a variable? This big English that this young guy is speaking, what exactly is it? It is not difficult. Now, how many of you, and I want you to really answer me, this question. It's just a very simple yes or no question. You've probably been in a situation where probably it's a class or a viewing center, or maybe you went to watch a football match in the stadium, or you are at the cinema, okay, or you went for a conference. And the conference, you came early, but you have that very important friend of yours that is on his way or is on our way to that conference, but the person is not there yet. But the catch is, you want to sit close to that your friend, so that while the conference is going on, or while you are seeing the movie in the cinema, you can, catch up together, you can gist, you can probably remind yourself one or two things, ask questions from each other. But that your friend is not at the meeting yet, is not in the cinema yet, in the cinema hall yet. Be sincere. If you get to that place first, remember, you are there, you are already seated. But you want that your friend to sit by your side, and you don't want any other person to take that seat. What will you do? Quickly tell me, what will you do? Quickly type in the comments. I need to see, to know if we are thinking in the same direction. You got to the conference or probably to the cinema hall, and your friend is coming behind you. All right, you know that the person is coming for sure, okay? But you want the person to sit by your side. You don't want an entirely different person, a stranger, to sit by your side. What will you do if you were the first person to get into the hall to make sure that you reserve a seat for your friend? Oops, I think I said the answer. What will you do? Okay? Perfect. 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 I can see perfect examples. Someone says, I will keep notification like my notepad. You just drop your notepad there. Someone say, I will spare a seat for him beside me by all means necessary, by all means possible. Okay? Another person says, place a book on the seat. Another person says, I will place something on the chair beside me to secure it for him. Oh, I feel like closing already. I feel like you guys are good. You know it. You know it. If we bring this same concept of storing spaces into programming, if we bring this same, okay, someone said he would say that the seat is taken. So once everybody comes, that seat is taken. Once you take that concept of storing or keeping a space for your friend in that conference, in that cinema hall, just carry that concept, bring it into Python. What it is called is variables. That same concept of storing a space, that same concept of keeping a space for your friend in computer memory, it is called variables. Variables. Everywhere and anywhere you hear the word variables, it means that a section of the computer memory has been stored for a particular data. I want this data to be in this place. I have to create a section of the memory in the computer system for that. Are you with me? I have to do that. What I'm doing by calling a variable is to basically store a space. I just want to store a space. So let us reverse a bit. Let us reverse. Okay? Let us what? Reverse. Very simple thing. How do we now introduce this concept of variables? All right. How do we introduce this concept of variables to Python? It's very simple. Just give it a name. The same way you will give, you will place your notepad, all right, on the table, on the chair, pardon me. The same way you will place your notepad on the table and say someone is there, that is the same way you will give it a name on the computer in Python. For example, I want to store my name in a variable. I can just give it a name. I can name the variable name. Python accepts it. Yes, this is because this name error you are seeing is a prompt on the computer. Don't be bothered about it. Don't be bothered about it, all right? The name of my variable is probably name equals to what is now my name. My name is a string, right? Dafe Samuel. Please listen to me. This thing here is my variable that I have created as a storage location that I have created. This is my book. This is my notepad that I am placing on the chair for who? For Dafe Samuel to come into that seat. Is it clear? What you want to do for me is just basically to say print in the next line. When I click enter, is to say print name. Once I click on this play button or shift enter, what am I seeing? I am seeing Dafe Samuel. So who is already on that seat? Dafe Samuel is already on that seat. Dafe Samuel is already on that seat. Why did Dafe Samuel take that seat? Because I stored a space for it called name. So what you want to do for me, store your name in a variable and store your age in a variable or any number, or probably not your age. Let's say being a future data scientist, your expected salary, store it in a variable and print it out. Let's see how that works. Store it in a variable and print it out. Let's see how.
I think your screen.
Yes, please. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Can you see?
I can't from my end.
Okay, you can't see it from your end. Okay, it's probably going to be a network issue. I would advise you to end the meeting and join again. It's probably going to be a network issue. So I need response. I want you to do two things. Name equals to give me what the name is. Remember, the name is a string, right? Put it in the quotation mark. Let's say my name is Desmond. The next thing that you want to do, is what? Salary. Salary equals to any amount, any what? Amount that you choose. Let's say my expected salary is 90,000. 90 what? 1,000. What have I done? I have created two variables by simply giving a name. I have created two variables by simply giving a name. The first one is called what? Name. The second one is called what? Salary. What is the next thing I want to do? I now want to give a command to it. I now want to do what? Give a command. What are those commands I want to give? I now want to say to the computer, print name for me, and also print salary. Print what? Name, and print what? Salary. Print name and print salary. Before we click enter, shift enter, or before we click on the play button, I want you to tell me in the comments again, what do you think the expected response for this will be? What do you think the expected response for this will be? What do you think the expected response for this will be? What will be our output be? Let's go. Desmond, 90,000. Okay, perfect. All right, it shows that you guys are following. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let's go. Shift, enter. Let's see. Desmond, 90,000. So let us now add a comment to our code. Let's just add a comment to it so that, remember the reason why you're adding comment, for readability. Okay, this will call introducing variables. Introducing variables. Simple. In fact, your responses are making me happy. Your responses are making me happy. Just stay till the end. There's giveaway at the end, because the way these responses are coming, I mean, I am motivated to want to stay till 9 o'clock. But don't worry, we won't stay till 9 o'clock. All right, don't worry. So what have we done? We have used the concept of variable naming to store a value called Desmond as a container. We have used the variable called salary to store a value called 90,000. And what we did is use our original command, which is print, our first ever command, to say print what? Name. Why am I having Desmond instead of name? Why? Because I have already created a space for my friend in the cinema. Remember, I have already created a space for my friend. So whenever anybody comes, even though they see the book, it is not the book that owns that space. Who owns the space? It is my friend who is still coming that owns the space, not the book that they are seeing. So you are saying someone is there. Oh, the seat is taken. Oh, sorry, it is reserved for a friend. The person went to the restroom. She is coming back. Especially if it is your babe. He is coming back. So people can see your book, but you, in your mind, you know that it is not your book that is taking that space. It is your friend, right? The same concept here. You can see the name, but what you know that you are storing that name inside the name is Desmond, not name. So as much as everyone sees name, what it is going to take the original occupant of that space, the original occupant of that storage memory is Desmond. Name is just a variable to create a container. All right, let us try a code. Remember, we are doing it together. So let us try a code. I want you to type, using the concept of variables now, using the concept of what? Of variables now, to basically, just type, what are you going to type for me now? Give me the name of your country where you are joining us from. Okay, you can name it anything. It doesn't have to be name alone. This is what I chose to call it. Of course, you can see that I also named it salary here. So I need someone to go to the comments and write a Python code using variables, to display the name of their country where they are joining us from. The name of the country, your country where you are joining us from. Write a Python code using variables. Don't just type print Nigeria, print Kenya, print South Africa. No, I want you to use a variable before the print. Assign to a variable and then, okay? Oh, perfect. Okay, perfect. I'm seeing some responses that I'm proud of. I need more responses. More responses. More responses. Very, very correct codes that you are writing already this evening. Very, very correct codes that you are writing this evening. I want us to do more before we round off. What did someone, okay, let's use someone's example here. Wow, we have someone joining from Nepal. Oh, wow, amazing. Okay, we have two Nigeria. Okay, Nigeria, print country. Okay, yes, perfect. All right, I love this. I love this. Abubakar, I love this. I love this. Very simple. Very what? Very simple. I can see some codes. Okay, idem. All right. Okay, perfect. So let's just take it further. Someone says name equals to, let's use someone's name here, Augustine. Right? The next thing is what? Country. Funny how everybody used country. It means that you understand the concept. Country equals to, okay, Augustine is from Ghana. So we're using Augustine's Ghana. Ghana. The next thing after assigning to your variable is to now print. Print what? Name and print country. We're done. Shift enter. Simple. Augustine and what? Ghana. You can see that we are just the one speaking English. You are the one teaching me now. You are the one who taught me this one. I don't know it from anywhere. Let's take it a step further. Let us take it what? A step further. Let us now imagine that we want to print. Should we go further? Two things.
Yes.
I want to print the first name, my first name, and my last name together. So there are two ways we are going to do that. There are what? Two ways we are going to achieve that. So now follow me. I'm going to teach you a new concept. I want to print my first name and last name. After this one, I will give you a code and you will write it for me. After explaining this one, I will give you a code and you write it for me. I want to print my first name and last name. Remember, let's quickly scroll back up to where I was printing my name. I just printed name as what? Dafe and what? Samuel. Okay, Dafe and Samuel in one line. But what if I want to do it twice? Or let's imagine that, okay, let me give us a perfect example. Let's say we have this word print. Hello world. I want you to tell me the answer. Just follow me closely. I want you to tell me the answer. I now go to the next line. Of course, this one will print hello world. Correct. I now go to the next part. I now said, okay, let me try to introduce variables. I want to use what? I want to use variables, but I want it to be separate. I now say, okay, let me call my first variable, let's call it variable 1. I now say variable 1 equals to hello. I now say variable 2 equals to world. And then I want, remember, this is what I want to achieve, like this. Hello space world. If I now say print variable 1, I am going to get hello separately. If I go to the next line and say print variable 2, I'm going to get world separately, but that is not the aim. The aim is that I want to print them together like this. I want to print them what? Together. What will you do? It is very, very simple. I'm just going to call the name and you would see it. Let me use comment. It is called concatenation. Basically, what it means is joining two or more variables or values, whatever. It can be variables, it can be values, together using the plus sign. Oh, someone has already done something. Do you get it? Concatenation, joining two or more variables using the what? The plus sign. So basically, what you're doing is just saying variable 1 plus variable 2. So instead of having hello at the top and then world at the bottom, this time around, we are going to have hello world in one line. Why? Because we have joined variable 1 plus variable 2 together. Let's see. But there is also going to be a but. Let's see first. What can you see? Hello world. But our hello world is not like this hello world. Am I right? Am I right? Can you tell the
Yes.
difference? Can anyone spot the difference between this hello world and this hello world? Who can spot the difference?
There's no paragraph between them.
There is no, okay, someone is saying something important, okay, another person
No
saying
space.
something, no space in between, no space in between. So how do you create space? The same thing. There is no difficult, just tell the computer that I want space and it gives you space. How do you tell the computer that you want space? Just go back, all right? This is variable 1 plus, just give me an empty space plus variable 2. That's just it. Just tell the computer that, see, I understand, this is how it is, but I want space. Introduce the space that you want, introduce it to the computer. You are the one programming. You are the one telling the computer what to do. So this thing is not complex. Just start canceling it from your mind that Python, I am the one telling the computer what I want it to do. I want you to give me space. Now, let us see what happens after introducing my space. Please, do I have space or not?
You have space now.
I have space. I have my space. All I just need to do is tell the computer that in this part, this is what I want. This is what I want. Now, are you ready to code something for me? Are you ready to code something for me? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Are you ready to code something for me? I think I have an example. I have a class example for you. I have a class example for you.
Yes.
Perfect. I want you to now write a Python code. Are you with me? And this will be like our last example because we need to quickly move on to other things. This will be our last example on strings. I want you to write a Python code, all right, to combine your first name and your last name, all right, using concatenation. Using what? Concatenation. Don't let the technical jargon confuse you. Concatenation is just simply this word space that I have here. So I want to see first name, I want to see variable, first name, second variable, last name, and I want you to print it for me. And then I'll give you just one thing that will make it interactive. Just one. So quickly, Python code to print your first name at the top, second name, and then I want you to now apply this concept of concatenation. I want you to apply this concept of concatenation. I want you to apply the concept of concatenation. We are running out of time, but the class is super interesting. The class is super interesting. I'm enjoying it. Okay, someone has started already. Someone has started already. Okay, should I give like a 30 seconds countdown? Yes, Python code to print your first name and last name together. Instead of doing it in one line, I want it to be together, okay? Okay, Darko is texting. Darko is texting. It shows that he is in class 100%. I want more responses, so that we can quickly move on to other things. Excuse me. So what you want to do is what? Be dynamic with your naming. I want to call it, ooh, Eden. Eden came in with a banger. F name, Augustine. L name, Eden. Print F name plus space plus L name. Simple as A, B, C. Osas came in with another banger. First underscore name. Perfect. Last underscore name. Print first name plus. Oh, where were you lost at? How do we get you back? Mr. Franklin, how do we get you? Quickly type where you got lost. So while I'm waiting for you, I will quickly type my own code. So first, let's use someone's here. So you can see that I'm copying you. You are the one teaching me now. First name equals to Dafe. Last name. I am a copy teacher. Oh, someone, okay. Okay, Abubakar, you want to close the space that you have in between your first and name. Wow, wow, I'm a proud teacher. I'm a proud teacher. Wow, wow, I love this. So Abubakar, you want to close the space you have in between your first and name using a symbol that is called the underscore, all right? That is called the underscore. That closes that gap. Print first underscore name plus give me space, sir. Let me use double quotes. Give me space, sir, plus last underscore name. Oh, underscore name. Simple. So the last thing I'm going to teach you today, let me quickly use, let me quickly make use of the comment again to introduce what I want to teach you. Making your code more interactive with the input statement. That's the last thing for today. Making your code more interactive with the input statement. This one is a game changer. This one is what? A game changer. So we're still going to use this same example. Okay, we're still going to use this same example, first name and last name, but we'll make it so that it is, the computer will now ask me questions. I can interact with the computer. Somebody is already asking, would we have another session? I'm coming to that. I will answer that question. Let's quickly answer this last one. Okay. Now, just so that your computer interacts with you, you want to use the input statement. How? Let's go. Give me my variable first. Let me use another person. Let me copy another person's variable name. Someone use F name. Okay, equals to, this is where we want to use the input statement so that the computer can interact, talk to the computer talks back to you. Okay, and this is going to be my final code for the evening. Input in brackets. It is just for extra, for extra spice, to add extra spice. You're not a professional Python programmer, so you just need all these spices to, to show yourself, so that you know that you are different from, the person that is not in this session. Okay, input. Let's now say in a string, enter. This time is the computer asking you the question now. enter your first name. Enter your first name. Okay? Just that. That's just it. So this time is the computer that is asking you. You say L name for the last name again equals to what? Input. Enter your last name. All of these extras that I'm adding is just to make it more readable. So this time around, the computer is asking you input, enter your first name, enter your last name. Now, please pay attention to this last and final part. This is very important. Please pay attention to this last and final part. Please pay attention to this part. We now want the computer to print something using concatenation. Print what? You want to now say F name. I'm going to do two things here. Plus L name. This is one. Okay, before I do this one, let me not use this method. Let's now say under concatenation, let's say full name. My full name now will be equals to what? The first name, of course, plus your what? Last name. So what I just basically want the computer to do is to print full name, full underscore name. Basically, so this is just it. But you can now add a little bit of spice. You can now say, let me include two things together so that your full name is all these things. They are not difficult, comma, full name. What I've done here is combine things. What I've done here is combine. You can see that the computer is what? Asking me a question. It says enter your first name. So I'm the one entering my name now, Daniel. So it is not first name equals to Daniel anymore. It is now interactive. The computer asks you, enter your first name. You give a response. Okay? You give a response. Press enter. It asks you again, enter your last name. Why do you think you are getting this prompt from the computer? It's because we have used this input statement. It is this input statement that allows the computer the opportunity to ask you these questions. So the codes are interactive. This is what is called interactive programming. When you can communicate, speak with the computer. Let's say my last name is Samson. I press what? Enter. Now, what did you notice? Your full name is what? Daniel Samson, but they are together. Who can tell me why they are together? Who can tell me why they are together and how to correct it? Who can tell me why they are together and how we can correct it?
No space.
Why do you think they are together and how can we correct it?
No quote.
No,
Separating them.
no quote separating them. Perfect. It says no quotes in the full name variable. Simple as ABC. So you want to come here and include that quote. Adjust the instruction in the print section. Okay? But instead of going to the print section, we want to start from here. We want to start from here to put in our space, right? So we can now go back. Let's go back. First name. Why are we having this prompt? Why are we having the computer asking me what is my first name? Why? Who can remind me why? Why is the computer telling me enter your first name? Who can remind me?
It's because of the
Because of the input statement. because of the input statement. So let's use Stephen. Then the last thing, the last name. Let's use Emmanuel. And then I press enter. You see now, your full name is what? Stephen space Emmanuel. Why? Because I have already added my space right here. Have you learned something today? Just give me a reaction, a thumbs up, an emoji, anything, something that can
Yes.
make me know that you have learned something today in Python. Give me a reaction. I need to know that you have learned something today. You have learned something. Perfect. Perfect. So you can see the next question I want to ask you, is it difficult? Is it from the little we've done so far, is it difficult?
No.
Not really.
No. It's just basically English language. Speak, what I want. Interact with the computer. Interact. So please do not forget, before you leave this class, remember two things. Number one, there is a giveaway, all right, for someone that will stay till the end. We've said it before. And then you have to also fill the attendance form. You have to fill the attendance form in the link posted by a colleague of mine, all right, a team member, in the comment section. Why are you filling the attendance form? So that you can get a copy of the codes, you can get a copy of my PowerPoint slide, you can also get a copy of the recording for today's section. You can get a copy of today's recording. All right, we have said a lot already. Now, remember where I started from. I started from saying my confidence, in doing this thing is because I met Navient Analytics and they opened my eyes to a lot. You want to, of course, when you have my PowerPoint slide, you would see all our full brochures for the course, data science. You can see that we are offering data analytics, data science, and business analysis. And your Python, your so-called beloved Python, all right, your beloved Python is right here in data science. It's right here in data science. So you want to click here to see the full brochure for our sessions. I've already answered, in the beginning, who a data scientist is, how to become a data scientist. Now, but what you have just learned today is basically just 10%, okay, of everything that you can learn. 10% of all the possibilities that you can have with Python. All the possibilities that you can have with Python. What you have learned today is just 10%. Now, what would I advise you to do? Being the person who has taken you through this course, I have seen your interest. I have seen that to you, this is something you want to do. I have seen your interaction in class. I have seen how interested you are. The next thing that you want to do, like someone asked me, would we be having another session? The next thing that you want to do is basically just join our program starting on the 3rd of August, 2024. You want to have this kind of sessions again where, you can have this wonderful class that will lead you. Remember what I said in the beginning, why do you have Navient Analytics? Is to ensure that Africa as a whole is exposed to premium tech education, data analysis, data science, business analysis. We want to ensure that everyone has premium. When I say premium, I mean top quality, like the experience you have had today, top quality data education. All right, top quality education in tech, be it choosing a career path like I was. Remember, I mentioned that about myself in the beginning. Choosing a career path, it could be starting a course and completing
Where's
the
my
course.
mom?
It could be guidance and counseling sessions, all right? Guidance and mentorship sessions. It could be anything at all. You
Mom?
could be on a job. You could be on a job and you require, certain assistance. If you join our session, register into our program, we assist you all the way. Even after you have graduated from your course and gotten your certificate, you have the opportunity to join our alumni group. In the alumni group, you can ask questions when you eventually get that dream job being a data scientist. You have opportunities to even ask questions after concluding our program. After concluding our program. All right, so you want to join this program that is starting on the 3rd of August. You can imagine how the Python you thought was so complex has been simplified in less than 45 minutes or 30 minutes. That very complex Python has been simplified. This is how our classes are tailored. This is how our classes are tailored. This is the experience you're going to be having when you join the program. This is the experience you're going to have when you join the program. So you don't want to miss this. I promise you, you don't want to miss this. Now, one thing that people don't know is they say things like, I've developed the skills and that is enough for me. No. That's why my slide is telling you that attaining the technical prowess, knowing all the tools, all your data analytics libraries, knowing all the Python codes, R codes, knowing all the data visualization tools, knowing all the database, tools is not enough. It is just 50% of the journey. Don't deceive yourself by saying, since I've learned everything, I know everything necessary. That's that. No, which is why you need to join the program. See, I would reiterate again. In the beginning, I mentioned a scenario of myself. I studied computer science. I did not practice anything computer or tech until at least 3 years after leaving the university. When it finally dawned on me that, okay, I think it's time for me to start practicing, instead of me to go to data science, all right, or data analytics, because of lack of guidance and mentorship, I started taking courses in web design. Is web design bad? No. But for someone like me that enjoys solving problems, that enjoys thinking critically, analytical thinking, dissolving matters into pieces and providing a solution, there was no reason why I would do web design. Data analysis, data science is the best thing. This is one of the things that you can get aside your technical skills. The guidance and mentorship, they are the things that you will get in our program. They are the things that you will get in our program. And our program is not like just any other program out there where they are interested in teaching you the skills instead of holding your hand, and guiding you through till you get to where you want to be. So when you join the program, what are the things we are going to provide you aside teaching you the technical skills? You are going to be getting weekly guidance and mentorship sessions. You're going to be having CV assessments. So another thing that you want to have is a CV that will put you at the top of your game. That will put you at the top of your game. A CV that would distinguish you from every other applicant. You also want to learn LinkedIn. We're going to teach you, take you through LinkedIn optimization, LinkedIn profile revamp, how to boost your profile. You're also going to learn interview preparation. Some of you don't even know how to answer the simple question, tell me about yourself in an interview. You don't even know how to answer those technical questions in an interview. So these are some of the extras that you get. So if you are paying for the session, you're not just paying to learn the skills. You are paying for a total package. And this is one of the different things that you are going to get from Nebient Analytics, which is not out there. Which is not out there. I paid for sessions too. I've paid for sessions. Some I completed, some I did not complete. Why? Because of these issues. You get to a point where you have these issues. I need a mentor. I need someone to guide me through. There is nobody available. But once it's time for class to teach you the skills, it is there. So you know your Excel, but then what, for example, you know your Python, what do you do when you are given a data set? Remember, you as a data scientist, you're doing predictive modeling using historical data to predict future actions. When you now see the data, I have learned all the Python libraries. I have learned all the Python visualization tools. I've learned everything. Now I have the data. What is the first thing I'm going to do? So after learning the skills, you still need guidance. These are more than what you're going to get from Nabiant Analytics. Interview preparation, technical support session. You probably would have gotten a job after going through the first 4 stages. All right, you have gone through the class. We have guided you and mentored you. We have assessed your CV, and your CV, is competitive enough to get you a job. Your LinkedIn profile is top notch, is on point. You are prepared excellently for the interview. The next thing is you are on the job. Sometimes you're on the job and you still need assistance. You still need guidance. Nabiant Analytics will not just lead you to where you will get the job. Will lead you throughout till you get the job done. So it is not about getting the job. It is about what? Getting the job done. Getting the job done. So you have access to what? Technical support sessions. Now, what is the price? Remember, I told you in the beginning that if you state in the end, there is a package for you. The full amount for all these things that I have mentioned. Imagine everything we've mentioned, what you are going to learn as a data scientist. And then the other extras that we offer to give you. Imagine having all of these things for a sum of 320,000 naira. But guess what? You are not paying 320,000. If you're on this call and you're willing to make the move, all right, to register and join the next session starting on the 3rd of August, you are not paying 320,000. Not with this level of interest that you have shown in class. Not with this level of interactivity. I won't permit that. So you are going to pay a discounted fee of what? 250,000. A discounted fee of what? 250,000 naira to learn everything. Not one thing will be left out. I promise. Not one thing will be what? Left out. So for those that have stayed till this time, enjoyed the class, enjoyed the sessions in this time, the fee, all right, is 250,000 naira. Now, the next question you're going to ask me, sir, are we going to pay everything at once? No. You still have an opportunity, all right, for instrumental payments. You still have opportunities for instrumental payment. So you're going to be paying your first installment as 150,000 and the second installment as 100,000. Please, it is very, very important to take this opportunity. I once spent more than this when I went for my web design course. More than this, I tell you, for free.
Did
you finish it? No, I did not finish the course.
I'd like to ask a question.
Okay, I will take your question. All right, I will take your question just after now so that everyone is with me. Okay?
It has something to do with the attendance, not what you are teaching us right now.
No, I said when you fill in the attendance, okay, we will send you a copy of the codes that we have used for this class. We would also send you the recorded video for the class, and then we would also send you the PowerPoint slides for the class. So please, the attendance is very, very vital. Okay, someone says, I'm having a question. All right, can you kindly send me a mail so that we can deal with that question you are having? Idem Augustine says, I'm having a question on the second line on the code. So please send me a mail. We will treat your question ASAP. That's why I said, you have not even paid. You want to already enjoy our guidance and mentorship outside the class without paying. So when you pay, these and more are some of the things that you stand to gain. You are gaining a lot, I promise. So the next thing you want to ask is, how do you register? You click here. Okay, this is the part to register. Once I click on this link, it's just very simple. See, we are not here to stress you. In fact, we are here to be stressed so that you can get it easily on a platter. Easily. We are here to be stressed on your behalf. That's why we have broken everything down. All you need to do is take the opportunity. A wise man once said, when is the best time to take an action? And the response was what? Now. You can't wait till tomorrow. You can't wait till next week. We might not have another session like this. Even if we have, you might not have the discount next time. You might not have the opportunity of what? A discount. So it is very, very important that you think, after taking the bold step to join this session, taking the bold step to partake in the class and enjoying, the interactiveness of the class and the simplicity of what was taught. All right. Also now looking at the extras you're going to get afterwards. To throw this offer away is going to be, for me, a loss. If you ask me, it's going to be a loss. So how do you want to register? If that's your next question, how do we register? Basically, you want to click this button here and it takes you to this part. Okay, it takes you here. Of course, for our session, we are data scientists. So you want to click also on data science right here. Once you click on data science, it brings you to this menu. And after going through, this is the part where you choose what you want. Okay, is it full payment, installment 1, or installment 2? If you're going for the full payment, you go straight to the discounted price. If you're going for installment, of course, you still click that button, installment 1. If it is for the second installment, after paying the first installment, here you go, installment 2. And then you add to bag. Okay, someone asked a very vital question. What was the reason why I did not continue with web development? It was very simple. I started on the wrong path. Without proper mentorship. If you were here in the beginning, I mentioned that I loved mathematics a lot. I wanted to study mathematics. That was my preference, to study mathematics. So imagine someone who loves to study mathematics, who wants to solve problems, real problems. Give me problems and let me just solve it. That's just all. And then at the end of the day, after spending years not practicing, all right, you now went to study or to do a course in web design, and they are just teaching you all the normal things. And it didn't sit well with me because it was not what I wanted at the time. It was not what I wanted at the time. All right. So that's just it basically. That's just it basically. It's not because it's bad. Guidance and mentorship allows you to choose the right career path. That's why Nebient Analytics is here. That guidance and mentorship in choosing the right career path is very, very vital. So you want to make your payments here, and then that's just it. That's just it. Nothing more. Okay? That's just it. Nothing more. So the next question you want to ask is, why should I even choose this thing we're talking about? Why should I choose data science? It's very simple. Great work-life balance and flexibility. You're able to balance your life and your work. You're able to work from anywhere, all right? You're able to work from home. and still do other things, you have lots of benefits. You have the opportunity for growing jobs. You can get job at any time. Jobs are out there. I tell you, jobs are out there. And look at the statistics, what we have here. It says that tech jobs are projected to grow. So it's not like it will diminish. It is projected to grow by an average, not the full, just an average of what? 30%. Averagely, jobs in tech are projected to grow by an average of 30%. So you want to have that job security, okay, that yes, I have a job, and you are not scared. Okay, having a tech-related degree is, see, it's not just about having degree. Maybe I studied maths, or I studied computer science, or I studied mechanical engineering, or I studied biology. Study anything. Have the skills, all right? Have the soft skills, the ability to present your findings, your analysis, all right? Understand the nitty-gritties of being a data scientist. Get any certification, and you are good. Enroll in a certification program like Naviance Analytics, what we are offering you, and you are good. Whether you studied English language, whether you studied agricultural science, whether you studied zoology or you studied fishery, whatever it is, even if you studied medicine and surgery, in the field of tech and data science, your educational background does not necessarily matter. So you have that security that I can even work from home or not, right? You have attractive remuneration, attractive salaries, attractive pay for doing less jobs, all right? And you get the opportunity to make an impact and drive change, all right? So this is one of the reasons for the person that asked me why I stopped web design. I can look at an organization, give me your data, and I will tell you, predict what will happen in the next half of the year for you, tell you, recommend, all right? Recommend what to do to ensure that you maximize the next half of the year or the next quarter. I am driving a change. My voice is being heard. If I am just a web designer, for me, in my own mind, I will just design and I'm done. Once I'm done with my design, the company continues. But as a data scientist, as a data analyst, the company needs your input to make the next decision. You are not the owner of the company. You didn't start the company. You are not a board of trustee. You are not a board member in the company, but they need you to make the next decision in that company. Why? Because you are the one with the skill to predict. You are the one with the skill to describe, to analyze. You are the one with the skill to recommend, reasonable insights for the business to move forward. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have waited till this time, I want to tell you that, the only thing I can tell you, the only advice I can give is to join the program today. Be part of the first 25 people to enjoy our, promo, the discounted price of 25%. Okay? Be part of the first 25. Now, what you are learning today is just data science. Remember, we also offer business analysis and data analysis. Okay? And the promo is going for 25 people, the first 25. You want to be part of that first 25 before others from data analysis and business analysis take the slots. You want to be part of that, that quota of people that will enjoy the benefits, of being, of paying the discounted price of 250,000 naira, not 320. So the floor will be open for 1, 2, 3 questions before we will call it an evening. Any question? Okay, so Glory said, if I pay this amount, what and what will I get? Let's just quickly go back to our slide that explains everything. Let's just go back to our slide. First of all, you are learning all the necessary tools. You are learning Microsoft Excel, okay? learning Tableau, you're learning Python, you are learning SQL, and you are learning GitHub, which is what a repository for code conversion. You are learning all of this. You are learning all of this, and not one is going to be left behind. In fact, in Microsoft Excel, from the beginning of Microsoft Excel to the end, everything will be touched. The same thing with Tableau. The same thing because you need data visualization. The same thing with Python because you need machine learning techniques. All right, you need to know the machine learning tools, machine learning algorithms. You need to know the data visualization tools in Python as well. You can visualize data with Python. All right, you need to learn databases. So you are learning SQL. You need to learn code repository, which is GitHub or GitHub as it may be pronounced. Okay, now after learning all these tools, you are now getting extra. What are the extras you're getting? You're getting weekly guidance and mentorship session. Weekly, someone would always be there to answer to you. CV assessment. After learning the tools, your CV must also speak for you. Okay, your CV must also speak for you before you get the first interview. All right, CV assessment, LinkedIn profile revamp. Most companies will want to check your profile on LinkedIn, what your LinkedIn brand looks like, what your personal brand on LinkedIn, all right, looks like. So we are going to help you with that. You're also going to get interview preparations. You're preparing, you finally got your first interview. Good job. The next thing is, how do we prepare you? So we're not just teaching you, we are also giving you necessary tools to get the first job. After getting the job, we're still not leaving you. See, we are holding you tight. We are holding you. We're still not leaving you. The next thing that we are doing is we're giving you technical support. That, okay, on that job, oh, I experienced this thing, I'm seeing this concept and I'm not too sure about it. How can I, navigate through? Nebient Analytics is there for you. Oh, I'm working on this project. Someone called me for this project. I'm working on it. And there's just this part that is very, very difficult. I can't seem to comprehend what to do next. Nebient Analytics is there for you. So you're getting that technical support as well. All right. So these are the things that you're getting aside just learning. So the only thing I want to say is take the opportunity. Take the opportunity. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be is the opportunity that you take. If you don't take certain opportunities, certain things will pass you by. Certain things will pass you by, and you don't want to wait till next time. Remember, there is a discount for the first 25 people. You don't want to miss that discount. You do not want to miss that discount. So please ensure that you follow the instructions by my team member on the group chat. All right, there is the link for payment. I encourage you to make the payment. If you can, don't think about it. Sometimes when you overthink certain decisions, you end up not making any decision at all. And when you don't make any decision, you know that you are, of course, the saying that goes, failure to plan or failure to take a step is what is even a step in itself. It's just that your life will now, will probably move in a different direction. You want to take this opportunity. You want to take, this discount right now. You want to do that for yourself. So my last and final question before we call it an evening, if you have enjoyed this session so far, give me a thumbs up somewhere. I just need to see that you enjoyed every bit of today's session. I need to see that you've enjoyed every bit of today's session. It was insightful, it was informative, it was educative, all right? And then we also gave the giveaway. All right, I can see the thumbs up from everywhere pouring out from Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, and every part. So ladies and gentlemen, it's heartbreaking that I'll have to let you go now. Okay, I'd have to let you go right about now. But guess what? You can still see my face again. And the only way you can see my face is to register for the session so that we can meet and start our journey, into data science together. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be taking a bow at this point. Thank you very much for joining. I really, really enjoyed your company for the past 2 hours. I mean, you didn't even know that you stayed up to 2 hours. I'm sure you did not know that you stayed up to 2 hours on this call. But trust me, I enjoyed your company, and it's a pleasure having to share my ideas, having to share my thoughts, and also to present to you Nebient Analytics. So with this, I can now say good night, Nigeria. Good night, Ghana. Good night, Kenya. Good night from wherever it is that you are joining us from. Have a wonderful evening. Bye for now.